Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay, but quite honestly, my ears still hurt. Yesterday, I was watching 007 and there was a ear piercing sound, and a lot of the music has been radical with low tones or high tones that will destroy our eardrums. I've noticed this with WSO, had low tones, and he was uh, into electronics on submarines with sonar and that type of thing. And Matt Rogers. And after I brought that up about Matt Rogers, he spelt my name with a little b. Um, yeah, I got a thing about that anyway, but regardless. So then after I clicked off of that, I went over to this Igor Kosik, I think is his name. He's a Skywatcher, and he was talking so loud and in a certain tone, like sharp ending, because he's like of Slavic. He's let me see, Croatian, and just the tone of their voice. I mean, this is contrived. What I'm trying to tell you, like I was telling you about the low tones and high tones before, or how some of the craft is to click pens, rattle keys, drop keys, sharp noises. Robin was putting up with a grinder across the street, these high decibel sounds that are intentionally to destroy our eardrums. Um, so when you click on a video and you hear something like rumbling down in low tones, way lower, something like so high, it's like drilling into your head. Beware of that. And if you see things like I did on 007s, like spirals and kaleidoscopes and things, and with certain music along with it that can be used for like hypnotism or whatever. And I'm not taking any flack. I was warned about this stuff. So I know just what I'm talking about and who to direct it to. And um, yeah, Robin, I feel the same way about Tyler. I just wanted you to make your own decision. Um, I didn't want to say anything more than what I expected. Somebody says they're a minister, well, then I should feel like I'm being a ministered to, instead of swayed in a different direction than God's guiding my heart. And I don't care who says that revelation is fake, or what they don't see in it, or how they spiritually don't feel the end times. I don't care. I know what I'm doing and always have. So, um, yeah, that's the way I feel about that. So, if there's any other channels that these people are using tones and colors and uh, the pedophile sign of the spiral, which is also a life sign. But if it's used in succession, like moving, um, or different things with different beats, like the certain beat, like if it feels like an irritant, get out of there immediately. And if somebody's talking over tones that are underneath, get the hell out of there, because the next video you watch and they put in your way will be a high tone to penetrate what the low tone had opened inside your eardrum. So it is contrived and they're working together. So, yeah. Like I say, one will lie and the other will swear to it. So, yeah. And if like me, I mean, I trust Robin. I don't give a shit who says what or what. Like I told Doug, I said, you probably get sick of the name Robin, whatever. I don't care. When I trust somebody and they're a good person, I'm standing behind them 100%. But with everybody else, I'm just pretty much waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's the way I always feel about people. But for some reason, I feel like he could be one of my kids. I mean, I see him inside and out, and nobody can't tell me I don't. So I don't care. I really don't care, you know? If I say somebody's my friend, I mean it. You know, I'm not playing. And even with 007, I'm going to tell you what, I've recognized the symbols that you say make no difference. Well, that's, you know, whatever. Um, Certain music and like the kaleidoscope, and then I'll let things go for a few days and not watch something and try to watch something again, and too many irritants. I'm gonna give you an opinion on something you were talking about when you had to grab your old lady or your girlfriend by the neck because she was beating on you with the newspaper the next day, the next morning after you slept with her. Like I told you, and I don't care, I'm telling it like it is here. Even if a woman doesn't want to marry you and you use her, you can't pay her back enough for using her because you're supposed to be the man. You're supposed to be leading the situation and taking care of her, regardless, even if she doesn't want you to. That is what a woman expects inside herself, no matter who she is. That's a fact because something God puts in us. And if, ladies, if you're honest, you'll know that's a fact. It's like trying to get the milk for free, you know. So, beating on you with the newspaper, hey, you're lucky. I might have used a broom or a bat, you know. So, anyway, that's not just an opinion. This is more than a hypothesis. This is what God's put in my heart about the situation that I tried to warn you about. But everybody wants to ignore those 10 commandments and the 7 deadly sins. And I knew that Tyler was going to cover the 10 commandments and leave the 7 deadly sins out of there because those are the deadly ones that they can't handle because they're still doing them. So they can't bear to speak about their lusts because they're lusting. So they can't do it. You know, all I got to say is, yeah, you show yourselves. Of course you do. We all do. So I don't care who wants to call me a fake Christian for not backing up down off of these people that I know pretend to be righteous and aren't. I don't care. I really don't care. If I'm walking the righteous path and you're not, I'm going to say something about you if you try and pretend that you are to get close to me to sway my better judgment. You're not going to do it. If you feel used, well, you should because Satan used you, you know, as I watched it happen. Everybody that's doing that crap, everybody, you're being used and you're going to end up paying for it, literally paying for it. So, yeah. If you would have told me when I was like 20 years old that I'm going to be 61 in February 15th, if you would have told me that one of my best friends in the world would be a young man of 40 something when I was 60, I would have said, oh, yeah, whatever. Okay. Because my mindset then was I had never met a older adult, even like 100 years old, that was more intelligent than me or had a stronger faith in God. So I wouldn't have believed that. You couldn't have told me that when I was a young woman at all, ever. You know, it's even when Doug said he had his best friend was an old lady named Myrtle when he was in his 30s. And I'm thinking, yeah, well, whatever, idiot, you know. I said, well, what? She'd go out riding in his car, and I'm like, well, what did her husband think about that? You know. So, whatever. I mean, I'm not like that. If I have a best friend, my friends welcome in my house, you know, whatever. I don't play any games with anybody about anything ever, about who I trust or who I don't trust or why. So, When I see somebody like Robin speaking the same language, feeling the same thoughts about God, and understanding the Bible the way I understand it, um, there's really not more I can say about that. You know, if somebody else doesn't and they don't and they aren't, there's not a dang thing I can do about it. You know, but that's like I'll go back to when I seen him getting played all over the place last year. And he knew he was too, but he just didn't know who was going to stab him next. But I did, and I seen all you ones that were going to stab him. And now you're trying to stab on me too. Well, and now there's extras. Well, step up to be slayed, because God's on my side. One way or another, I'm going to help stop the Illuminati. And the ones that are saying that that's what I am, I'm coming after you. You don't try and dirty me at all, ever. And if you think you're going to try and pretend to be loving and nice and come against me because you think that I'm not, well, then you go get somebody else to save your ass if you're choking. You're telling me you want me to stand right there while you die and do nothing for you. Basically, that's what you're saying with your actions. So you're saying, oh, I don't care if Satan gets me because I'm stupid. Well, whatever you're doing, whatever you're drinking or you're smoking too much, or you made a pact with Satan, whatever you think you did. Like I told Doug this morning, got all these Satanists that believe in a liar. They're doing the same thing the liar did to get bound for 1,000 years. And they think that they got some kind of freedom in worshiping somebody that's bound, you know, um, a liar. And they all lie. How could you believe each other? You can't. You can never trust a liar. But yet they work as some kind of lying team that thinks they're going to what? Overpower God when he already bound their daddy and he can't move until God says go. And they think they can do something about that. Yeah. Well, all you Satanists that think you're God, I'm going back to the one thing: make a raindrop. Just one raindrop. And prove that to me. I still won't worship you because you can't. I worship the man that made the raindrop. And I honor the son that died for me. And that's what my fight's all about. So, yeah, I won't give up. And there's nothing you can do to me. It's just like with the tones and the colors and the swirls, the kaleidoscopes and the spirals and all the esoteric eye of the needle signs and all the symbolism and beats of music that you think that, oh, I can't prove or recognize. Oh, quite contraire. You know, music was one of my first studies, several instruments. So that's coming up too. That's another thing. But yeah, the tones, high tones, low tones, colors and symbols, language, um, body language. And I wear my sunglasses at night so I can see. you know, good song. So I'll let this one go through and I'll be back. If anybody else knows about them high tone, low tone channels, give a shout out to me, write it. I'll shout it out to everybody else. I'll take the bluntest situation, don't care. Here I go. Um, it's very important. It's imperative, you know. So, and my ears still hurt, so fuck off. So, anyway, sorry for my regular subs. I apologize extremely. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Um, my ears hurt. That really fried me out. I was gonna wait to actually address the situation because I kept trying to help and think, well, I know he knows better, but he doesn't care, so I don't care either. Not the hell after that. No excuses. Can't make one. Don't try. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.